Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. With the uncertainty surrounding the outbreak of the coronavirus disease or COVID-19 pandemic, I feel compelled to explore ideas to create digital content suitable to be accessed even with a low bandwidth or low internet speed. But why is this necessary? Well, with normal face-to-face classes now have to be done online, we have to make sure all students should be able to access the learning content wherever they are. In another video, which you can find the link below the description, I have shown how to create a simple lesson using a WhatsApp or Telegram. In this video, I'm going to talk about podcast, which in my opinion can be categorized as a low bandwidth content. I'll show you examples of podcasts, some platforms of where you can find podcasts, and more importantly, how to create podcasts. So what is a podcast? Well, simply put, a podcast is an audio program, just like a talk radio. A podcast is a series of spoken word, audio episodes, all focus on a particular topic or theme, like cycling, like what is sustainable development and things like that. So you focus on a specific topic. So in order to listen to the podcast, you have to subscribe to the show, or to the audio program, or to the podcast program, using an app which you can download on the phone, whether it's iOS or the Android phone, and listen to episodes wherever you like on your headphones, in the car, or through the speakers. So that's basically what is podcast. It's an audio program. So now I would like to show you some of the platforms or how the podcast looks like, and we can listen to some of the examples. So I'll take you to the website. So this is one example of the platform where you can find the podcast uploaded by people. So this one is called Stitcher. So if you browse on this website, you can see that you can download the app from the App Store or from Google Play, depending on whether you are using iOS or using Android. Let's look at some example. Let's say we go to top shows here. Then you can see example of some. We can find the podcast categorized by the category here, or you can search also specific podcasts in your area of interest, topic of interest. So let's go for education, because this is our context. Then let's just see, these are some example of popular program. Well, here TED Talks Daily here, which one of my favorite. So let's have a look. So you can see here there's the graphic TED Talks Daily, some description about this program. So this is actually an audio podcast or audio program by the name is TED Talks Daily. This is a more recent episode. So let's have a quick how to be your best
Hi, TED
self.
Talks Daily
times
listeners.
of crisis, in
You're
times
about
of
to hear
crisis.
something a little different from us. This week we're sharing a series called TED Connects, Community and Hope. Some very timely conversations with TED speakers around the coronavirus pandemic. And we want to hear from you. Let us know what you think by leaving a review or emailing us at podcasts@ted.com. This one features
So just a short segment from this podcast. So as you can see here, basically this is how the podcast is presented on the website. So we have the title, then this one is 47 minutes, and basically you can create one like this easily using some of the application which I'm going to show you, only one in this video. There's another just show you another example of a podcast platform where you can find the podcast uploaded by other people, or you can also create the podcast on this website. So for example, here if we look at the different categories here, again you can go to, for example, history here, so you can find the podcast in this category and you can start listening to the podcast. So the Dark Histories podcast, and you can see there's a number of downloads for this particular podcast. There are 80 episodes here. You can follow, you can share. Let's see, let's listen just a few seconds. You can download also.
Thanks for downloading Dark Histories. Before we start, I just want to throw out a few ways that you can get involved and help support the show. We have a Patreon, Amazon Booklist, Coffee, and...
So if you notice, apart from the speaker, the voice of the speaker, there's also a very soft music background. That's basically how we create podcast. Okay, so now how do we create a podcast like this for your lesson? Okay, so I'm going to show one application which is free, and you can create your podcast here. Then you can host your podcast on this website, then they will also make your podcast available to many other podcast platform or podcast website. So the name of the application that I'm going to show you or to share with you here is Anchor. It's called Anchor, and you can download the app from App Store or from Google Play. And once you sign up, you can straight away create your podcast. So in this case, I'm using my laptop here, so I can create my podcast here. Or if you download the app, you can also create the podcast right from your app, which I'm going to show in another video. So you can go through and see what they can do. You can see 100% free hosting and distribution, no storage limit, no trial period, no catch, automatically distributed to everywhere people listen. And you can actually monetize also and get paid for your podcast, and you get good analytics to show how many people listen or how many people download and how much money you make from your podcast if you are interested in that. Okay, so Anchor is an all-in-one platform where you can create, distribute, and monetize your podcast from any device for free. That's a good news. So let me show very quickly how to create one. So I have signed up, so now I will log in, and that's my credentials. So I just log in, and this is my dashboard. And as you can see, I have created one podcast already. So this is a step to create. You can go through, but I'm just going to show you how to create one. Okay, so I have one podcast here, Making Learning Stick, a short description of the podcast, and there's a graphic to show the graphic to represent this, just like an album for the program that I have here. So let me just quickly take you to see how it looks like on the public site. So this is how it looks like when the people or when your students access your lesson from their phone or from their computer. When they click just now, so when they click this particular lesson, this is how they will see on their computer on their phone. Then they can listen also for this podcast on Spotify, but otherwise they can listen here. So let's have a quick few seconds listening to this. Why students forget and what you can do about it. This is a very interesting topic and also very important, especially for educators. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And okay, let's stop there. So you get an idea of how the podcast looks like and how we can use this podcast. So basically, the students can actually listen to the podcast, to the lesson, but in the form of audio. Of course, they can share and they can also download. Now, back to the website. So now I want to create a new episode. They call it episode. So you can have a program. Then in the program you can have many episodes. Okay. Now you can see here to create your episode. You can start recording straight away. You can add listener voice message to your episode, and there are other things here, but I want to make it short. I'll just go directly to record my episode. So I click record. Okay, then I can start recording, and I make sure that I'm connected to my the right microphone here, which is basically I'm using my USB, my microphone connected to the USB. Then I can press start recording now, and it is recording, so I can start talking. Okay, just a short example. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Abdul Karim alias from University of Science Malaysia. In this lesson, I want to talk about podcast. Well, what is podcast? Have you heard about podcast? Podcast is actually one of the very popular form to deliver content apart from video. And compared to video, which usually require a high bandwidth, podcast is relatively require low bandwidth. And very simple to produce podcast. If you have a recorder on your phone, you can already produce a podcast. So that's already 45 seconds. Now I'll click stop recording. Yep. So within a few seconds, it will create the file, and you can listen just to. And it is recording, so I can start talking. Okay, just a short example. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Abdul Karim alias. Okay, so sounds okay, sounds good. The next thing that you can do is to add a background music, because it's good to have the voice as well as the music background. So I will add music, and Anchor come with a range of music in different mood here. So let's say I want to go for calm. So I can listen to each of this music, then choose the one that I want. So to cut short the time, I just take the first one. Yeah, that sounds quite good. So I just click OK. Then I can also preview the audio together with my voice and see whether it looks or sounds good. So I can do that, but again, I want to make this video short, so I just click apply. So now I'm applying the music, the selected music, to my audio or to my voice over just now, my recorded voice just now. So once I have recorded and added the music, what I can do now is to drag on this side here, and then I can save the episode. Okay, now I can put the title of this episode. Let's say, what is a podcast? Just a short explanation on or about podcasts. So actually it's good to give the description here as much as possible, because when people search using Google, the more keywords that you put there, the more chances people will discover your podcast. Okay, so when you want to publish now, then you can customize this episode. Well, maybe you want to upload to replace the label or the graphic here. Okay, so you can create a graphic here. So how do you create the graphic to make it to represent to like a label cover for your podcast? Okay, so in order to create a label, the app that I use, my favorite app is canva.com. So I'm going to show you how to create a cover. So here I have logged in into my account. So you create a design and click custom dimension here, and for this one you need to put the dimension 3000 pixel by 3000 pixel. Create a design. Okay, I make it very quick here. So let's say I want to make it just very simple. Okay, and just put what is a podcast. Okay, then I can put my name there, or I just put my name there. Make it very quick, make it bigger. All right, I think that should be enough. Then I can download as a PNG. Okay, that's fine. Download. And now go back here, upload a new episode art. Here, click open and click save. So now I have a new cover for this new podcast, and I can publish now, or I can publish to whatever date that you want to schedule at a later date maybe. Okay, then season number, just like a TV program or radio program, you have season number. So let's say this one season number 1, episode number, in this case maybe episode number 1, number 2, whatever. Then okay, then you click publish now. So now it's publishing the audio podcast. Then you can get the link. Copy the link. Then let's say you want to share with your students, or you can embed in your e-learning course, or in your LMS or learning management system, or you can just simply put in the WhatsApp and post to your students. So for example here, let's say just me, as I just post to this group, for example, and the students will receive the podcast, and they just click and it will take them to the website, or it will open the app, Anchor app, in their phone, and they can start listening. And it is recording, so I can start talking. Okay, just a short example. So alright, so that's a podcast. That's how easy you can create using Anchor, the application. You can use the Anchor website to create a podcast. Then, or you can use the app on your phone using the app on the iOS or Android app. Okay, so I think that's about all in this video. I think this is probably useful if you don't want to create your content in the form of video. you can have the option to create your content in the form of audio, or we call it audio podcast. So thank you for listening, and see you in another video.